Hey everybody, it is Sunday, and that means it is time, because I always say that with Top 5 Tuesdays, it's time, but it's Unsealed. I don't even have an announcer's voice, but of course, I am Kate Dillon from CrateInsider.com, and I'm sitting here with Steve Hendren from Hendren Racing Engines, and this is our new live Sunday show that we have. Well, I mean, it's not so new. We started this was our coronavirus-inspired show.
Yeah.
That we are
sitting around bored as shit and nothing to do, so we decided to do this. So
yeah, well, and yeah, you can lean in a little bit. You don't have to be super scared of it.
Cooties, right?
I don't know if you do. That's on you.
That's you.
Oh, I could get cooties.
No, you might have cooties. Because you're a girl.
I don't know. There's that.
Don't all girls have cooties?
What are you, 8? Do you ever grow out of that? I don't know. I'm not sure. But we got a little slightly different environment. We moved to the other side of the patio because of the sun was blazing in. Yeah. It's not so bad now. We can actually show. There's like, oh, look at that greenness behind us. So it's a little bit fun, a little bit of fresh air. Please let us know if any of the fan noise, we've got a fan blowing. Let us know if any of the fan noise bothers anyone for sure. And we will, we'll suck it up and power through, won't we?
Turn it on high.
Well, there's that. Wow.
Because I don't care if it bothers anybody. It's cool.
Wow, you are.
This is like 92 degrees out there.
You are so compassionate. So, my report, which sounds so small and compared to everything else that's going on in the world, but I'm not wearing a hat today because I got my hair done on Monday.
You did. You got your hair did.
Got my hair did. It did. So I am very grateful for that. And yeah, how about you? You got your hair did too.
I got my hair did like as soon as I possibly could.
Well, so did I.
You know.
Yeah, I was.
But I'm a dude, so I just go to a barbershop.
Yeah, well, I'm a chick who needs her hair colored with the gray hairs.
There's that.
Yeah. I just didn't. Yeah. Anyway, there's that. There's that. So that's.
Yeah, you look like 20 years younger now.
Thank you.
I don't even see a gray hair anywhere.
Well, that's kind of the idea.
Yeah.
I don't know what color my hair is right now, but.
It's kind of.
I know.
Stuff.
It's got all kinds of stuff going on. I know.
You got
in
all
my
the
office,
things. You got all the things going on.
You know what's funny is because when I do live videos in my office, though, because there's so much orange, I have orange on the walls. I got orange on the bookcases. My hair ends up looking orange on video, but it doesn't look orange right now, so that makes me happy.
There you go. Got some sunlight.
Yeah. So say hi to us. I mean, tell us where you're watching from, and I'm gonna be on the laptop here getting us hooked up, and of course we're always open for your tech questions, but tell us how your week's been, Steve.
It wasn't bad actually. We're actually kind of caught up now, so we're able to get engines out the door a little bit quicker than what we have been in the last month or so, I'd say. So yeah, we're in good shape. Not worried yet.
Well, and you got to go to the races for the first time last night.
Yeah, my kid raced last night. Qualified 7th fast, and I mean the difference between 1st and 7th was like a 1/10 and a half. So it was that, and then I think he got up to about 5th in the main event. Kind of screwed himself over on a restart and ended up 9th. But we'll take it for the first night out. Nothing tore up.
And we're getting some reports from some other folks. Gary says, "Happy Sunday, Happy Sunday, Gary." Curtis is telling us Lakeview Speedway put on a heck of a show. Packed stands, 100 cars, crazy fast track.
Awesome.
That's great to hear. Dennis Garris, of course we know his son Andy, says hello from, is it Lancaster or Lancaster?
Andy was supposed to be here today.
I know.
Because he was going to be our special guest, but
we haven't heard from
Andy. We don't
know
where Andy's at.
But you know what? I know Andy bought a new house and he's moving.
Oh, did he?
He did.
Oh.
He did. He had some moving pictures. I don't know if he's moving today, but he's moving. We have Gary here. He's from Clineville, Virginia. Terry's watching from his computer, and Scott is saying hi from California, and he's still sheltering in place. Well, truthfully, actually, that brings me to my shirt.
Yeah.
Because, okay, we're actually only in phase 2 in North Carolina. We did go to the races, but that was in South Carolina. Mm-hmm. But I had to buy this shirt because the shirt says straight out of quarantine. Yeah, I'm hoping I can wear it like for real, but
yeah.
Well,
yeah.
But we're not. I mean, we're not still sheltered in place, so that's good.
California, I'd probably want to be sheltered in place because either it's corona or rioting. So that's like the two popular things that are going on right now.
James is telling us that Harris had 155 race cars last night.
Nice.
Awesome show.
Were there fans in the stands? I didn't even pay attention.
Right. I mean, they haven't made a big show of the whole thing. I mean, they've stayed quiet about the whole deal, so I really don't know. And so, James, you'll have to fill us in there and let us know if there was fans, because truthfully, that track is about 8 miles down the road from me.
San Fran, I just saw that pop up.
Yeah. Oh, good. Awesome. We've got Cameron from Destin, Florida. Dave Hill is from San Francisco, Northern California. Of course, you're familiar with that area.
Yeah, I'm from Santa Cruz, because I'm about an hour and a half, or probably less than that with all the new highways and shit. But yeah, just south of San Fran is where I'm from.
Less than that? No, probably add 2 hours to any journey in California.
Well, I don't know what the traffic's like. I haven't been there since.
It is bad.
Well, I need to go there, but I haven't been there since.
It's bad.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not during shelter in place. Maybe you can actually get around. I don't know.
There's that. Maybe.
All right, we got. James said yes. It was a packed house. They're just...
Well, good.
Yeah, that's great. That's right here in Rutherford County. We're going to keep it quiet.
Did they do what Ace Speedway did?
So we got to talk about Ace Speedway for a moment here, because that marketing... In North Carolina. It's an asphalt track, and they were very, very public about opening up and wanting to race. And Governor Cooper was against it, because we're only in phase 2. We can only have like 10 people there or something. And so they went ahead anyway, because the sheriff said, hey, I'm not going to follow some unconstitutional order. Well, they were planning on going again this week, and governor said, hey, sheriff, you do your job, or I'm going to have to do something about it. So what Ace Speedway did is that they put out a sign that said they were having a peaceful protest against injustice and for equality. And they also had a Mark, what's his last name? I mean, it's posted on my personal Facebook page.
I'm voting for him. I know that.
Yes, I am too. And he's a black man who is running for lieutenant governor, and he got my vote.
Yep.
He got
my vote. Well, he had my vote before that, but
yeah.
That's it. Yeah, that was even better.
Why, is that what you voted for in the primary? Who you voted for in the primary?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't vote the same way in the primary.
Yeah, I know, because you're a registered independent, so. She went and voted for Bernie because we wanted Bernie to run against Trump.
I'm a terrible human being. I'm going to own it. Okay, let's see here. We've got, I think Tyler said West Virginia is tuning in. Tyler commented the other day he missed my hats, but I still love my hats. That was like my way of peaceful protesting on behalf of my salon friends.
Peaceful protesting, I like that.
Yeah, I know you do.
I haven't heard that word in a while.
Yeah, well...
Or those 2 words in a while.
Yeah, this week we did. Okay, enough. We were arguing before the show started.
Totally
were. We're trying to spare you guys. All right, so Dave says, Antioch has been running without fans.
Yeah, Antioch in California. Yeah,
yes.
I've seen that actually, because I'm friends with several people out there, obviously.
Right.
Still. And yeah, I saw that. And hopefully maybe they'll stand up and have some fans in the grandstands.
I agree. You know, I mean, I think, honestly, I didn't mention this to you, but, because I really don't want to set off a huge argument. But, you know, racing, we're not very well understood out in the mainstream either. Perhaps this is an example of something where we can do some outreach to the community and have a genuine, where we invite the peaceful protesters to our events. Peaceful,
I think that would be a great idea.
You know, and let's be, I don't think, you know, the thing in racing and circle track especially in dirt, we don't mean to be exclusive. We want to welcome everybody.
Well,
but we don't do a good job of even welcoming our own communities. Well, to just finish one thought, I mean, how many racetracks can you go to in the middle of nowhere and you stop at a convenience store to ask where the track is, and the convenience store operator doesn't even know there's a track around there? Yeah. So we need to do a better job of outreaching to our communities, and maybe this is a perfect opportunity.
Well, there's several areas that need to. I mean, the racing community needs to do that, and so does like the 2A community. So be inclusive, don't be exclusive.
Yeah, like where either you're with us, you're in our cult or not. No. I mean, or clan or culture or whatever. Yeah. But before we move on, what are you drinking today?
I am drinking Stella Artois on draft.
And you're not using your authentic Stella glass.
I'm not, actually, just because this one was like in the freezer and nice and cold. Well, now it's not so cold because you see it's sweating like a sumbitch.
Yeah. When I was drinking a chelada made with, this is my second one, then I'm switching to Diet Coke. This episode is not necessarily sponsored by Diet Coke, but
it could be.
But it could be. Why not, right? Why not?
Should I show my Nike flip-flops right now?
You totally
Maybe
should.
I can, like, get an endorsement?
Could happen. It could happen. Hey, you just never know. So, it was funny. So before...
I do have my Trueform sunglasses on, though.
We do love Trueform.
Yeah,
We do love that. So before this, I didn't tell you this. You were talking about how your glass is all fogged up. Well,
I was just sweating like I don't know.
I've been
a
feeling
whore in church was the first thing that came to mind, but go ahead.
Wow. Well, what I was going to say is that you had the suggestion that I put my phone in the freezer before we start recording this show.
Yeah, because last week it was like, oh,
I know,
horrible.
because it like heats up so fast, and then it ruins our broadcast and all of that.
Fortunately, the sun's kind of behind a cloud now. So.
Right for the moment, we're getting a little bit of breeze, but I put it in the freezer for like 3 minutes, and then I put it in the refrigerator right before the broadcast, and then I went out here when you brought me the phone to put up on the tripod. It was all fogged over like your glass.
Oh, was it?
So I didn't like put that together. There would be condensation on the phone, and that might be a bad idea. But at least it's not. I don't know. It's not burning up at the moment. We'll figure it out.
We'll see what happens.
We'll figure it out. Yeah.
If the video goes all to shit, you'll know why.
Well, that's why. I mean, at least on the upside, we do strip out the audio and turn it into a podcast, and we don't actually show anything other than my cool straight out of quarantine T-shirt. So you can always listen.
Good.
Always listen. All right, Tori noticed Steve and the Bud Light shirt. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Actually,
celebrating St. Patrick's Day
St.
all
Patrick's
year
Day.
round.
Yeah, late, because like literally the first day of quarantine was St. Patrick's Day for us. So
it was.
Which
Big
is a total
shout out
crock of shit.
to Tori's husband Terry. It's his birthday today.
Oh, happy birthday, dude.
Happy birthday, Terry! Raising a glass to you.
Drinking a beer.
For sure.
Or 12 for you.
Oh, and there's Andy. Andy's here with us. Andy Harris is here with us. Normally I let people just like kind of hang out, and I don't normally call them out, but I'm gonna call out Andy.
Call out Andy, because like we got all this food I'm about to cook here, and where's his ass? In Concord?
Oh, and he says, I failed at coming. Bree had him packing to move. We'll see you tomorrow for sure. Bring me my headers,
I could
please.
way make a joke about that.
You could. But, you know, Mr. Twice Failed Marriage, you're probably not the best person to give relationship advice.
Probably not. But, I mean, the whole failed at coming thing was just like...
There's that.
Like way too
epic. I did not know that. This is not where I was
That's because you're a girl and I'm a guy, and it's the first thing that comes to my mind.
And I'm all like, oh yeah, okay,
wow.
his girlfriend, because what his girlfriend...
Run, Bree, run!
Oh my gosh, we got the California contingent here today, because we have Christopher Meyer. He's from Monterey, California.
Yeah, and I see a Faulkner there.
Yep, Brian Faulkner. Hey, from Oklahoma. Oklahoma. Yeah. And we are representing today.
There we go.
We've got quite the deal. But yeah, so we're talking about Ace Speedway. I thought that was incredibly clever. I think that there is going to be a national attention this week on that. The Washington Times already posted about it, even though they only had 2 paragraphs and like 0 facts. But
good, I hope so.
But I don't know. I mean, maybe this will put racing into the forefront, let people be more aware of it.
Well, I mean, how important is it? It's very important, because you have families that do this shit together, and you have, you know, people who make a living doing it. So I don't quite understand why it's locked down when it's an outside sport.
Right. I don't think that a lot of the coronavirus lockdown things have, when you follow the through line on what makes sense and what doesn't, it's like, why can you do this but you can't do this? I mean, I'm not really a big church person, but
no,
I'm going to support people's right to go to church.
Obviously, yeah, absolutely.
And if you can be in Walmart,
it's like in the Constitution, so there you go.
I know. So we've just gone down some crazy authoritarian path that I'm not in favor of.
Nope.
And so I think we need to take our country back, and it's affecting a lot of people very, very negatively. And
well, I mean,
we're not alone.
No, and I'm certainly not for rioting in the streets, but I don't think we'd see half the rioting that we have going on now if it wasn't for everybody being in lockdown for 2 to 3 months.
I agree. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I mean, I know, and I'm not disrespecting. I know there's a cause there, and I agree with most of it, but I don't agree with the rioting thing. And I think most of the people doing the rioting are a bunch of super left-wing Antifa assholes who need to get their asses kicked or shot in the face by business owners.
Okay, well let's not try to violate community standards, please, on Facebook.
Well, I didn't know it was a community standard.
I don't know. I'm just not going to take a chance.
Right.
We're talking about shooting people in the face. Probably not a good thing.
Well, I mean, if they're breaking into your business.
Christopher said, "Oh, hey guys, home track, Watsonville Speedway."
Awesome.
Which brings up a great point because we have another.
That was my home track.
That was your home track.
Yeah.
We have the Racing Rewind channel.
Yep.
And where we show old races. In fact, they've all been yours so far. But I got a submission this week from someone who had some
sprint car racing.
micro sprints, I think.
No, it wasn't micro sprints. It was wingless sprints.
Is that what they are?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, those from like 2004, which still,
Yep.
I mean, heck, there's no rules.
It's a
My
videotape that's
channel.
been digitized, so it
So
falls
it's-
in the parameter.
Yep. So we're starting to get submissions from. It's our first submission from other people.
Yep.
So if you happen to have races on videotape that you would like to see put up onto a YouTube channel, and I've got full permission from you and all of that, hit me up. You can always send a private message to me on the Crate Insider Facebook page, or my email address is out there in the world everywhere. So feel free to just reach out and we can get that worked out.
Well, I was talking to Ed Sands the third, which I still call him Eddie. I'm not going to call him Ed Sands the third. It's Eddie. So he messaged his dad and told him about who I used to race against was Ed Sands Jr. And he wanted to. He messaged his dad and told him, "Hey, send me some videotapes and I'll give them to Steve because he's living here in North Carolina now."
Oh, is he really?
Eddie is,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay,
He
cool.
came to the other Antioch Speedway here one.
Yeah.
I believe you met him.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah,
And
I did.
so hopefully we'll get some of Ed's stuff. And he's like, Eddie's like, this is a warning. My dad wins a lot of these races that I might be sending you. I'm like, awesome, because he won an ass load of races, so that'll be great. So
Yeah.
no problem with that.
I'm honestly, I just joined not too long ago. I just joined old dirt racing from Iowa, because that's where my dad
that's where
raced.
your dad raced, yeah.
And I even put out a call out there and I said, hey, anybody have any videotapes? And I haven't heard anything yet, but man, nothing seriously would make me happier than seeing some. I understand why you want to watch some of your old races.
Yeah, I mean,
I want to see my dad's
just
old races.
nostalgia, I mean, and your dad was freaking badass. So it would be great to see any of his old stuff if possible.
It would just be super cool because I'm really proud of my dad.
Yep.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I really am. Okay, let's see. Cameron actually has a legit question. We've answered this a couple of times because it's always going to be the same answer. But
That's right. Spark
plug question: what spark plug would you recommend to use in a 604 running E85 fuel?
This has become more complicated in the last week or two.
What?
It has.
Okay, it's been the quick answer has been the
Yeah.
NGK R5724-8s
No.
or the AR94 auto lights. But now what you got?
It's become much more complicated. It's going to depend on what the air fuel ratio is versus the amount of ignition timing you're running. We were using, like in my son's car, like the AR94 or the R5724-8, which both are great plugs for any application, but when it comes to like 604s. But we recently had to switch to an iridium plug, and I'm sorry, I don't know the part number off the top of my head. I mean, if you'll message me or message Kate on Monday, I'll be happy to give you the part number, what we're using. But we had to switch to an iridium plug because we were actually damaging the plug with the amount of ignition timing we're running due to the air fuel ratio combination.
Interesting.
So, like we switched to what is that, E7 box, right?
Yeah.
The E7
The fast.
E7 fast box. I still call them crane, but E7 fast box, and which allows us to tune ignition timing every 100 RPMs through the entire sweep of your RPM range. And down at idle to 3,500, we're running like 41 degrees of timing because of how we're like 7-to-1 air fuel ratio, which is like alcohol, methanol air fuel ratio almost. And so we just found the plugs were getting damaged. So I've got another plug option for you. But, well, like I said,
Note to self, Kate messaged Steve on Monday and asked him for the part number so I can
like
order
I
some.
said, either message me or Kate on our Facebook page, Hendon Racing Engine's Facebook page, or her Facebook page, or privately, or whatever, and I'll give you the part number on Monday. That plug, even running normal ignition timing, I think it's going to be something that's going to last a lot longer than what we're currently using on E85. Race gas, oxygenated race gas, still the AR94 or the R5724-8 are going to be just fine.
Gotcha. Alrighty. Pam is asking where my hats are. Well, Pam, I got my hair done, so I don't know.
You got your hair did.
I got my hair
Stop
did.
saying done. Who says done? You got your hair did.
Well, north of the Mason-Dixon.
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
going back to my roots.
We're south of the Mason-Dixon.
I know.
There you go. You got your hair did.
God. And I thought Tori was rubbing off on me. Tori's my assistant. She's from here. I learn all kinds of Southern words and millennial words that I wouldn't have known.
It's like a totally different fucking damn language.
Yeah. Good job. Now I make him shudder when he says bad words. All right. Let's see. Oh, Matthew asks, with all things being equal, can you compare an equalizer carburetor to a properly built billet carb for a 604?
Yeah, I mean, 100%. The equalizer thing to me is like brilliant. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Can we show a power gain on the dyno? No. And Willie will tell you this too. I mean, I'm freaking awesome friends with Willie. He'll tell you the same thing. But where you may see a difference is going to be on the racetrack. And it's not necessarily the equalizer part of it, as so much as like the Super Bowl.
Oh, the consistent fuel pressure is
Well,
huge.
I mean, just the consistency of the Super Bowl is like amazing. Now, I've seen on like open engines, I think it makes a massive difference. And if you're running like an open engine, I'd be on an equalizer in a heartbeat. The 604, 602 crate stuff, yeah, like I said, on the racetrack, you probably see a difference on the.
I think we're back.
All right.
Can you see yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see myself.
All right.
All right, so we're like back.
We're back.
Unfortunately, you have to like point that thing right at the dam.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. So
All right.
I think we're back.
That was
now.
fucked up. Anyways, what was the question?
Okay. So the
Because I was like right in the middle of answering it when we like went black or whatever.
Okay. The question is, so Steve, customer looking for a new motor by the end of the season.
Yeah.
Straight out of the box, 604. Is it reliable, or do they really need to be gone through? Blueprinted?
All right. The politically correct answer is no. Just buy it. Go race it. The actual true answer is, how lucky are you? There's plenty of people out there that go buy them out of the box and go race them. I mean, great for them. For me personally, if I was building one if I was buying a 604 for myself or for my son, I'm going through it. And reason being, it's just an insurance policy. We had one the other day that we took apart, brand new out of the box, and that thing would have blown up the first time we went and raced it because it had it had over 4,000 variants in a rod board.
Okay.
You know why?
Could you go ahead and mansplain that for me?
Do you know why?
I have no idea what that even is. So no.
Here's why. Is because two of the rods in the engine, whoever put it together at GM, swapped two rod caps between two different rods.
Do they look the same?
Well, they look the same because they're not numbered from GM. So whoever put it together swapped two rod caps.
Is that one of those things that could happen to anybody?
Oh, absolutely.
And what would happen if you took that engine out into the track?
You're gonna be running over the freaking rods because it's gonna blow up.
Okay, so that's really what I was getting to.
Is what I'm getting at. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. So, and unfortunately, if you buy one like that, you spend $6,000, $40, or however, whatever they're going for it, whatever GM dealer you want to buy them from. If you spend that much money and it goes out there and explodes the first time that you run it out of the box, you own it, dude.
Yeah, there's no coming back from that.
There's no coming back from that. So for what it costs to go through one, to me, it's worth it. I'm not trying to sell you on that. I'm really not. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, because like I said, there's plenty of guys that get away with it. But to me, for the money I'm spending on one, I'm doing the insurance policy is what I'm getting at.
I think that's a good call on that. And Tori is reminding me of some of the words that I've learned from her, including dibs, yeet, and crunk. So dibs, by the way, I've learned are baby chickens.
I have no clue what the hell dibs is.
Dibs are little baby chickens. I even showed you the post.
Oh, that's right.
The baby chickens are instead of being, what are they? What are not Chick-fil-A's? What are they? Chiclets. No, that's gum.
That's
whatever.
gum.
Anyway, what normal baby chickens are dibs. Now yeet is actually comes from my area of the world in Minnesota. It's like, did you eat yet? Did you eat yet?
Oh, are you saying yeet?
Yeah, yeet. You know, as in
like Y-E-A-T?
Y-E-E-T.
Okay.
Did you eat? So.
Okay, well,
like,
to me that means a totally different thing.
Do I want to know?
Probably not, because it involves socks and 13-year-old boys.
No.
Because you got the yeet sock, and then.
I'm done. I'm good. Moving on.
Well, nowadays, if you're like a gun fan, you've got the what is that piece of shit damn gun? Anyways, they come out with the yeet cannon.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, and the last one was crunk. So
crunk. Well, everybody knows what crunk is.
No, I did not. So
wow.
Well, I mean, I can figure it out from context. I went out to crunk and my car wouldn't crunk. What?
That's crank.
No, but her car wouldn't crunk.
What?
It's a thing.
Crank is. I know crank. I mean, that's like crunk is past tense. Crank is present tense.
Well, that's right. So maybe I'm using it a little bit wrong, but yes, it's the past tense of crank.
Right.
Yeah, my car wouldn't crunk.
Well, wouldn't crunk would be completely the wrong English. With the not English word.
I'm learning Southern.
I hear you.
Leave me alone.
All right.
All right. Oh, Christopher says he's going to get a hold of Dave Lewis. He has a ton of old videos from the late model days.
Dave, awesome. Yeah. Hopefully he's got some old Ray Morgan tapes.
Yeah, and I will fully give credit to anyone who who's submitting a tape, whether it's, so I know some of these were like recorded by the tracks and by video companies. I've tried to reach out to them to get permission to post them.
Well, most of them don't exist anymore.
Exactly, but I tried. I mean, I've tried to, to call the phone numbers.
But the video
and all
credits
that.
on the
I
YouTube.
put it on there, I try to put that on there for sure. Okay, Brian is asking, we're gonna get a little political here.
Okay.
Brian says, do you think the heat wave killed the murder hornets? Is it global warming? Let's get Greta involved. Brian?
That's freaking awesome.
Brian, you've no idea.
You're talking about like an accredited, what is it?
I'm a lead accredited professional.
In like green technology.
In leadership and energy and environmental design.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've done green buildings in this country.
Yeah, you started.
My minor is sustainable design. It was actually called appropriate technology, but it's sustainable design.
Mm-hmm.
So we try not to bring this to the show. We have the global warming argument a lot. Because I think it's the poorest marketing that was ever done.
Well, we agree on that.
It was. Because people are like, global warming? I live in Minnesota, man. I'd like for it to be 80 degrees in the wintertime. Not what global warming is, but it was bad marketing, and we're paying for it, and we've got stupid people who are the big advocates like AOC, and so
that dipshit governor of Washington State.
I don't
What's
even
his name?
know.
Inslee?
We are not going to die in 12 years, but I do think that the world is changing, and I don't know. I'm gonna go back to an '80s phrase for just a moment.
And then one volcano eruption screws the entire.
I'm telling
planet.
you, one Yellowstone super volcano, it won't freaking matter.
No, we're all fucked then.
It won't matter. It won't matter. It's done. It is game over. Yeah. I don't think anybody will have any lives left, or it will be changed forever. And the giant quest for toilet paper will look like.
Yeah.
Will look like a.
I'm still on a quest for toilet paper, by the way.
You have it at Food Lion.
Do they really?
Uh-huh.
Today, I'll go in there on Tuesday, and they'll have nothing, because assholes are still buying toilet paper to.
Well, assholes need toilet paper.
Wipe their assholes.
Just saying.
Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know about the murder hornets. That's a story that's so last week that I just feel like we need to keep up. More murder hornets was last week. Coronavirus was 2 months before that. Masks. I don't know what the final answer is on that.
Wear them,
one.
don't wear them. The WHO keeps changing their mind, so
we don't know.
You know what?
They don't know.
I'm not gonna wear one. I'm never gonna wear one. If I gotta fly somewhere, which I actually do have to fly somewhere, but I don't know. I'm gonna get one of those, one of the hooker harness masks. This mesh. It's a mask, but it's not. I can actually breathe.
Because it's mesh.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. Yes. Okay. Wow. We got a whole bunch of comments here. All right. Yeah. Jay says we've cut out a couple times. Yeah, the phone overheated. So that's what happened. And Ryan says, yeah, AOC is from New York too, the Corona capital of the country. So yes, that is not helping you guys at all. And sorry, we're kind of in backlit. We went to the other side of the patio, and this is not the best lighting.
We were actually trying to make the phone not overheat.
We were, but the light's on that side of the table.
Right.
So yeah, I guess we thought we'd switch sides. But I'm still sitting on the left because you always think you're right.
And you are on the left, so there you go.
I'm pretty much left of you, and I am not even a lefty, but I'm always left of you. So there's that. Yeah.
There's that.
I guess you could say you're my right-hand man. I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was fun though. Keep asking questions here. Let's see. Whew, Scott says finally got you back. Lost the feed. Yeah, sorry about that. The phone overheated.
Yeah.
And Christopher says he's going to talk to all of his racing buds here on the West Coast and get them videos out there. He enjoys watching them.
See, that'd be great.
Yeah. I mean,
that's what we want. It's not all about me. We just started because I have a giant collection of videotapes from 1987 till 94.
Well, and it's just harder to watch them on now that we're so spoiled, where we've got the cursor and we can click it and move it.
Right.
And now you can share it with your friends.
Yeah.
That's the point, is
to get things out there for. This is a lot of great. People don't understand until they watch it. This is a lot of great racing.
Yeah.
You want to watch good racing? Honestly, where I'm from in California, we had a lot of great racing. Every Friday, Saturday, sometimes Sundays, we all raced our asses off, and there was probably 10 dudes that could have won on any given night, and nobody knew who was going to win until the checker flag dropped, because it was that good.
Lots of fans in those stands too.
Yeah, no, most places were packed out every weekend.
Yeah.
So.
It was really exciting. It's fun to.
But that was also back in the day when you can go in the grandstands for $8 or $10 for an adult, and then $2 for a kid, or free for a kid, depending on the promotion that they were running, and then they had family passes, and it was really good promoting. Primarily because what we ran was NASCAR back there, and NASCAR pretty much had the promotional thing down. Nowadays they don't; they pretty much suck. But back then it was they knew how to get people in the grandstands.
There was something really cool last night at Cherokee Speedway in Gaffney, South Carolina, is that at Intermission, so after the heat races and qualifying and before the main events, they opened up the gate they have an outside pits, and then they have an infield pits. They didn't do anything with the infield pits, but with the outside pits, they let the fans come in and walk around. And I would say that it's a little bit awkward because I don't think any of the drivers knew what to do or what to expect, and I don't think the fans knew what to do or expect either. So, but I would really, really, really like to see that happen more often.
I would too. I mean, I think that's a great idea. I mean, again, I hate to keep referring to California, but back then when we raced, like when the checkered flag dropped at the last race, they opened the pit side to the grandstand side, and people could like come over and intermingle and talk to their favorite drivers and stuff like that. Which, I mean, what does that do?
It creates a connection.
It creates a connection between a fan and a driver, and it essentially brings more people to the racetrack.
Well, and let's actually take that a little bit farther, because it's not just shaking someone's hand.
No.
When we are, as humans, emotionally tied to something,
correct,
and it takes on meaning, then it's an entirely different deal.
Right.
And that's why.
Well, I remember when I was a kid going to the racetrack with my parents, because my dad built engines for guys, and we go every Friday and sometimes Saturdays. And I remember going, and I remember riding to the racetrack and wondering, what's everybody else doing tonight?
Yeah.
They have to be completely bored because I'm going to the races. And what are all these, the people that aren't going, what are they doing? Because they can't be that exciting because I'm going to the races.
Yeah.
And that you get the kids involved, you get all that going, and you're spawning new generations of people who want to get involved in a sport that's probably the greatest sport ever known to man.
I saw something last night because I've started doing something new, because I feel like if I've got a platform, I should do something with it. And what I'm doing with it is I'm interviewing drivers, kind of whoever I want. They don't have to have a crate engine. They can just be drivers. If they're there, I mean, I only do like 2 or 3 at a race, but there is a little 4-cylinder car there that has
your little Hot Wheels car?
My Hot Wheels car.
Yeah.
And I loved it, and I kept seeing it, and then I didn't even tell you how that interview came out.
No, you didn't.
So this is a guy who's never raced before. He was a crew chief for another 4-cylinder car and had this idea. Has wanted to race for a long time. This is his first season racing.
Sweet.
Yeah, this is only his 4th race
Awesome.
ever. I thought that was such a cool story.
Yeah.
And that, he had this idea for the Hot Wheels car, and he did it. So I thought that was super
Good
cool.
for him.
Yes. Cameron agrees with us. I don't know that we have anything insightful this week. We could talk about, we were expecting to kind of have a party today. We're going to have hamburgers and hot dogs.
Yeah,
And
Andy Garris totally let us down. He was like going to be the guest on the show.
he was.
But what's he doing? What did he say earlier?
He's packing up to move.
Because Bree's making him?
Yeah.
Because
He's a firecracker.
Because he can't come. That's what he was saying.
That's exactly what he said. He's gonna be here tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
What's the event tomorrow?
Bringing me my headers.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. We're talking about Andy from Pro Fabrication.
Yes, we are.
Which is like one of the coolest dudes I've ever met in my life.
We love Andy and Bree.
Yep.
So we can give them a
and
hard time.
Of course, the owner of ProFab, Steve. We love him too.
Yeah.
Andy's kind of like a little annoying brother.
I love Andy. He's awesome. He's great. No, but we're just all really, really good friends.
No,
and so we can give each other a really hard time, and we can roll with that. So it's good. Okay, let's see. Jay says a track he used to race at let the fans come into the pits after, and they would sign autographs for the fans.
Exactly.
That's what it was when I was a kid too.
How it should be.
I thought that was really cool. I should probably work on some training around that.
Yeah, I mean,
I focused a lot on the digital stuff. For anybody who doesn't know, I talk about marketing and sponsorship quite a bit. So.
If people want to really know how to promote a track, I'm going to say look at NASCAR short tracks in the 90s.
Yeah, but I mean, how do you look up how they marketed in the 90s?
You can't, but you can kind of like see how it is because there's videos out there, and it's just, I mean, it's how you did things. I mean, when I moved here to North Carolina from California, I was like shocked because you go to the racetrack, you race, you load your shit up, you go home.
Yeah.
And everybody in the grandstands is like still in the grandstands, and like I was like, wow, I was like expecting to hang around, wait for payoff, drink some beers, interact with fans. No, didn't happen.
I'll tell you this though, I really hope that as being the people in the racing industry, heard me talk about it last night, whether you like it or not. But I hope we've learned something. I hope we've learned something from being shut down. And the thing I really hope we've learned is I hope we learn to be grateful.
Yeah, your whole pit gate thing. Yeah.
I hope we learn to be grateful for the opportunity to be able to race.
Yep.
You know, I don't care how hot it is, or if murder hornets show up, or if you don't particularly like any particular kind of car that's there. If we can we please not learn one thing, and that thing being, wow, yeah, traffic was bad on the way here, but damn, I'm grateful to be here.
Right.
I am grateful for the opportunity to be with
you're
my
totally
friends.
referring to me cussing at the assholes in front of me on Highway 11.
You, the guy at the pit gate. I mean, last weekend was the most joyous day
Dude,
I
it's
have
55
had.
miles an hour. Drive 55 miles an hour. That's all I'm saying. Or like 10 over. 10 over is easy. 10 under, not acceptable. Oh gosh, she's gonna murder me.
I'm so grateful that we could leave the house and go and do something that we love to do with people that also love to do that same thing. I'm
Yep.
so grateful to be able to leave the house.
Oh, I am too.
You know,
I just don't want to get there like 20 minutes later because my asshole's driving 45 miles an hour in a 55 zone.
I mean, I don't know.
I am totally messing with you right now.
Your expectation. This happens literally every time we get in the car. Like, he is surprised that there are other cars out on the road, that he's not the only one.
I should be.
I'm sorry, but all of life isn't qualifying. You're gonna run into some lap traffic.
Wait
Get
now.
over it.
Wait now. Half of life is qualifying. Because if you don't qualify good, you don't finish good. So there you go.
There's that. But they're also, you're just gonna run into lap traffic in life, just like you are in the track.
Yeah, but I can't knock them that shit out of the way. So.
I don't know why you can't, other than it'll slow you down even more.
Well, I'll get arrested by, totalitarian cops.
And we don't like them.
No, we don't.
We don't. We are not yeah. Wow! Okay. Gratitude. Gratitude is my message today. Thank you for being on the show. I'm really grateful you could be here today. Thank you.
It's because I'm barbecuing.
It is. It is. Okay, all right. We got a legit tech question here.
Cool.
All right. Because actually, this came up in a discussion I had this week, too.
Right.
Which was an asinine conversation. I didn't even tell you how I had to totally have a meltdown over the phone the other day.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
Which
But
I'm surprised you didn't, because normally that's like what you talk about is your meltdowns.
I do. I rant a little bit here and there. I am pretty freaking clear about. I don't think there's anything unclear about my status on anything.
All right. So the
All right,
question is,
motor. What RPM range does a 602 and a 604 have the best result?
it's gonna. To me, it depends on the racetrack. You run into scenarios. All right. 602, for instance, like I recommend a max RPM of 6,400. 604, I recommend 68. Do I turn mine 60 or my son's 68 all the time? No. We'll go 7 sometimes and 68 most of the time.
I thought you went into valve float after 68.
The new springs, it's like kind of on the edge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, at any rate, what was the question again?
I'm drinking something while you're talking.
Well, I know.
here.
Yeah.
What RPM range does a
Best
602?
results. Okay.
604
Yeah.
best
yeah.
results.
All right. Yeah, I just lost my train of thought. So there are certain scenarios, like if you're running a half-mile track or a 4/10 or a 3/8 or something like that, that's a momentum style track. You really don't want to be beating the shit out of the rev limiter going into turn 1, for instance. If you're running a quarter-mile bull ring where you need to get like up off the corner, it may be beneficial to be knocking the crap out of the rev limiter at the flag stand. So there's different scenarios. Best results are going to vary. I guess that's my answer.
Okay.
I mean, if you're most of my customers that are like going fast and winning races, on their 604s, they're probably turning 67. on average.
With 68 chips?
Yeah, 602. Well, none of them ever listen and put a 68 chip in it, but I'm just saying.
Okay.
But
no.
But they're probably like turning 67 on most tracks. Guys with 602s, I'd have to talk to some of them, but I mean the guys that I talk to weekly, on average, 63 to right at 64 on that chip. So.
I'm gonna take the phone out of the side here so we can always sit back.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Oh, Christopher wants to restore a NASCAR late model if he can find one that's intact to respect the history of the NASCAR Winston Racing Series.
Nice.
He started in 1999 when it was NASCAR, and it meant something back then.
Exactly. It did mean something back then. Now it means shit. So.
Yeah. Jay acknowledges that it was a lot different marketing in the 80s and 90s than today.
Correct.
We also live in a different world, which is interesting. Ooh, Cameron noticed that someone's running low on beer.
I am. I'm going to go get
That
some.
would be you. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, and Christopher remembers the NASCAR membership. The Winston hats, pins, really cool back then.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, he loved those. Beer, he's called. Beer. Don't worry, beer. Steve's getting some more beer. Cameron says, thank you. Yeah, so I think I do, back to my gratitude point, I think we just definitely need to take a look at that. And I mean, I look at my friends from other states and see, Pennsylvania, Ohio still can't race. So if we do get an opportunity to do something that we love, let's think about that first before we go along with the, why is there an entry fee, or I can't believe this, or the track is dusty, or the traffic sucks.
Just don't bitch about it.
Yeah, exactly. Be grateful or stay home. Seriously. I mean, did we like that? I sure as hell, I mean, I'm here. This is my home, but I spend a lot of time here.
Right.
I like being here, but I don't like having to be here. I don't like anybody telling me that I can't leave my house.
Right.
That is irritating to me.
Yeah, screw them.
Yeah, I don't have any other. Oh my gosh, we have a special. We do have a special guest on the show. Maybe.
No, he's not. Oh, he is.
This is Boo Boo. Boo Boo is my cat. Yeah, and he's like, it's hot and I want to go back inside, so I'm gonna let him back inside. Yeah. Do you have any special messages? I mean, me and gratitude. I can't.
Black
help
cats matter.
Oh, don't. Not today. Not today. It's been a tough week, It just has. It has. Oh, Dell says, hey, everyone. Hey, Dell. It's time for us to definitely do a meetup at the lake, for sure. Dell's my fisherman friend.
Oh.
Yep. We need to get out to the lake again.
The lake would be freaking awesome.
Yeah, it would. We might need to do an on-location show. We do have, there's LTE at Lake Adger. I can get LTE there.
Okay.
Heck, I don't even know if I'm on Wi-Fi here, so.
You go camping one night or something.
You go camping?
I'll go glamping.
Okay, I'm all about some glamping.
Yeah,
but
I'm gonna go glamping. I'm not gonna go camping.
I didn't know that camping was even in your
I
vocabulary.
don't like fucking spiders, so.
As witnessed by the fact that there was a spider in this very patio tent, the gazebo the other
I
day.
saw one over there a minute ago, and
I will relocate them. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay, honey. I'll take care of it.
I don't like fucking spiders. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't know. Do we have anything else interesting to say today? I don't think so. I think it's hot.
I don't
We're gonna
know.
fire up the barbecue,
It's
have
hot
some
as shit.
hamburgers or steaks or something, and yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if my kids text me yet or not.
I don't know. I don't think. I mean, if we could invite some friends over, we would. I think everybody's just a little too far away for the most
I'm
part.
gonna call his ass while we're online here.
Oh my goodness. Well, I think I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna wrap it
While
up.
I'm calling him? Shit.
Yeah. Well, you're messing up the camera. There you go. I don't know what you've got going on here.
What are you doing?
Ask me, is he going to be a special guest on the show here?
You coming to dinner or what?
I don't know why that's necessary for the podcast, but
Probably not.
okay.
Wow.
Well, I want to.
We're like live on the air right now, and like.
And why he decided to do this? He's not even on
What
speaker
about-
with you. That makes no sense. But
Huh?
Anyway, I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I will be, you can catch me on Tuesday on the Top 5 Tuesday show on Crate Insider. I also have some driver interviews coming up that will be on the Racing Insiders podcast. They've already been, any of the driver interviews I've been doing show up on our Crate Insider page and our channel as individual interviews, but I'm going to start grouping them together and putting them out for a podcast episode. Pretty excited about that. So I hope you will tune in. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys next week.
Oh, and bye.
Bye.